This is the Jai. Thank you for joining us. Here are the main news headlines. On Saturday, having presided over the OMVG summit earlier in the day, President Adama Barrow continued his Meet the People tour at Latirikunda, Sabiji and Ibo Town in the Kanifing municipality. Meanwhile, on Sunday, President Adama Barrow toured the 50-kilometer urban roads project across the West Coast region and Kanifing municipality to inspect ongoing road works and urban planning projects. On Monday, the United Nations Population Fund, UNFPA, together with the First Lady Fatoumata Barrow, convened a conference to conclude the Women's Political Participation and Leadership Project in the Gambia. The project has tried to improve the Gambia's poor record in these areas. Renowned Islamic scholar and former diplomat Professor Dr. Jah launched 2 books on Sunday, one of them his memoir. And thousands of Catholic faithful gathered on Saturday for the 37th annual pilgrimage to the shrine of Our Lady of Peace in Kunkujang, Mariama. These and other stories coming ahead. Do stay with us.
Ndebe keno la president oti ngake député oti ngake alcalde oti ngake mayor oti ngake chairman oti ngake council oti ndebe mande keno la.
He, however, gave assurances that he would respond to their road infrastructure request. With these meetings, President Barrow has demonstrated his ongoing commitment to development and his strong connection to the citizens of the country. The tour leaves a hopeful impression as Gambians eagerly await the next steps in their nation's journey. Osman Chata reporting for QTV News.
Now, on Sunday, President Adama Barrow toured the 50-kilometer urban roads project across the West Coast region and Kanifing municipality to inspect ongoing road works and urban planning projects. Osman Chata again.
The President's tour of urban road projects highlights his government's commitment to enhancing connectivity to overcome heavy traffic congestion, mostly during rush hours, and so aid social and economic activity. As the convoy made its way through the busy streets, President Barrow took the opportunity to witness firsthand the transformation of urban areas, with many roads being widened, resurfaced, and modernized to accommodate the growing population and demands of urban life. He expressed satisfaction at the progress.
Overall, we are very, very happy because if you look at the overall percentage, some of them are up to 90-something%. People are complaining about the speed of the vehicles because when the roads are good, people just drive recklessly. Both of you have discussed that to address the issue, to make sure that we have sleeping police. You know, sleeping police, they are always there 24 hours. They don't have break. You know, so they always helped to manage the speed of the vehicles. The areas that they complain about drainage, we look at it. We have our engineers, we have the minister here, and the contractors are also around. So we will look at it. We do it once and for all. These roads should be 100%. You know, they should be social roads that will help the people, not to come and cause problems for people.
The President's tour, which also featured meetings with residents, gave him an opportunity to discuss the broader scope of urban planning in the Gambia. In addition, President Barrow announced the launch of another 50-kilometer urban roads project.
The ones that we are inspecting, all of them are 50 kilometers. Now we have another 50 kilometers from the World Bank because they want to come and support us because they have seen the good thing we are doing, so they want to be part of the legacy. They are giving us another 50 kilometers. So that 50 kilometers we divided between KM and West Coast. So you will see these kind of roads again, maybe before the end of 2025.
From the West Coast region, the President's convoy crossed to the Kanifing municipality. The President emphasized the importance of the road that expands from Joswang to Ibo Town, diverting to Fajikunda.
We are coming to start this road here. This is going down to Ibo Town, going down, it's going to terminate in Fajikunda. So this is a main road. You know, this can be an entering point for them. But you have seen the work in around Joswang. It's very, very wet. The water table is very, very high. So it is not easy to do that job. The job is very, very difficult. It must be very, very technical. And it's very, very expensive if you look at the thickness of the road. Now I can tell you, these roads are costing more than 70 to 80 million per kilometer. Because our target was $1 million per kilometer. But now it's above $1 million.
As the president concluded his urban road tour, it has shown that the Meet the People tour is more than just a series of public engagements, but a vital opportunity to bring attention to the government's progress, listen to the concerns of citizens, and set the tone for continued national development. The tour also served as a powerful reminder that infrastructure is the backbone of the nation's prosperity. Osman Jata, reporting for QTV News.
Now, on Monday, the United Nations Population Fund, UNFPA, together with the First Lady of the Gambia, Fatoumata Barbaro, convened a conference to conclude the Women's Political Participation and Leadership Project in the Gambia. The event sought to highlight the national advancements made in women's leadership and governance through the project and develop ways to sustain it. Mam Nabuka was there, and this is her report.
The involvement of women, who make up 52% of the Gambia's population in governance structures, brings a unique perspective and ensures that issues affecting women and marginalized groups are adequately addressed. Yet they remain highly underrepresented in leadership positions and decision-making platforms. This includes the Gambia's National Assembly, which has one of the lowest percentages of female assembly members in Africa. To curb this problem, the Peace Building Fund in December 2022, with support from the UNFPA and other UN entities, initiated the Women's Political Participation and Leadership Project in the Gambia to create an environment where women are valued as change makers. The project included reforming legislation and engaging political parties, local communities, and religious leaders to build a society where women are less marginalized and allowed to contribute to Gambia's prosperous future. This conference aims to highlight the significant progress that has been made and resourcefully conclude the project, which was set to end by December 2024. Here is Fatou Barbaro, the First Lady of the Gambia.
The WPL project have made a tangible difference in the lives of women and communities. It has fostered a more inclusive and equitable political landscape, empowering women to participate in decision-making and contribute to the Gambia's peaceful and prosperous future. While the project officially concludes today, its legacy will live on through the women it has empowered, the structure it had built, and the positive change it has catalyzed.
The project led to the recent appointment of 23 women to serve in district tribunals across the country, a 78.3% increase in women's participation in local elections, the establishment of a multi-purpose food processing center in the North Bank region, the Fashion Skill Center in URR, and more. The project also successfully trained numerous women in leadership and raised awareness about the importance of gender parity in governance. Carl Frederick Paul is the UN country representative.
The Gambia has taken important steps forward, but sustaining and building these gains will require continued commitment and collaboration. We must make those progress made permanent, dismantle barriers and blockage to women political participation, and create systems where leadership is accessible to all, regardless of gender, of age, and of ability or disability.
Fatou Kinte, the Minister of Gender, Children and Social Welfare, reaffirms dedication to ensuring achieved progress is maintained through policies.
I wish to reaffirm our collective dedication to advancing gender equality and empowering women in the Gambia. We will explore all affirmative actions and special temporal measures to promulgate the legislation of parliamentary quota system.
The conference celebrated the accomplishments of the WPPL project and also set the stage for ongoing dialogue and collaboration in the pursuit of sustained gender equality in the Gambia's political arena. There is now hope for a future where gender equality is not merely an aspiration, but a tangible reality. Mam Nabuka, reporting for QTV News.
That report there by Mam Nabuka will take us to a commercial break. When we return, we have more local stories for you. Do stay with us.
fii mooy fan fii mooy Inessa di place bi nga xam ne moom la ñëpp taam place bii bépp xeetu ataaya bu baax rek bu dugg see ci dëkk bi xamal li fii rek la am bara warga bii neex na lool saf na ba pare tamit nag am gu bu neex boo ko naanee rek da ngay kontaan ci saasi añ ba suur ba gëreesal li nga lekk jëndal baara ataaya bii ndax moom la ñëpp taam gis nga sama client bii ataaya bu neex bu ne moom laa koy njëkk a jox ndax moom kat ataaya bu neex rek lay wër baara warga bii mooy warga bi gën te moo gën a saf kon nag ràññee leen ko bu baax kon daw leen gaaw ca Banjul foofu ca Inessa di place bi nga xam ni foofu rek nga ko mën a amee wholesale wala retail mu ngi foofu ci boori court house bi foofu ca Banjul wala nga daw ci bépp marché bépp supermarket bépp boutique fépp foo dugg rek di nga mën a am baara warga bii nga xam ne moom la ñëpp di wër tey baara warga moo dàq ci warga yi man maa ngi ci moom ndax su ma maree ataaya moom rek lay naan.
The Gambia Maritime Administration, GMA, was established in 2006 as the Government Maritime Regulatory Agency. In this role, GMA monitors, coordinates and regulates all maritime activities within the Gambia jurisdiction, primarily focusing on coastal, port and flag state duties relating to maritime safety and security, protection of marine environment and pollution prevention. Protection of the marine environment and pollution is cardinal to the blue economic governance and ensuring sustainability of the oceans. Promotion of the Gambia's blue economy is one of the important pillars of GMA's strategic objectives, through which it seeks to protect the ocean and other water bodies while ensuring their sustainable use and exploitation. GMA prides itself on adopting best practices in the implementation of its program and policies, and seeks to approach issues relating to the governance of the blue economy in a similar manner. Thus, GMA is inviting you to its Blue Economy Awareness Workshop, the very first and one of its kind to create the necessary level of awareness and to appreciate the opportunities the blue economy can offer to the Gambia.
This is the Gambia Maritime Administration, GMA. We are what we do. Do not be left out. Be part of this very important capacity building event. It is geared towards establishing a formidable stakeholder platform that will harness and promote our blue economy for the socio-economic development of our people. And we are together in this. And together we are strong. Be there with us at Baobab Hotel from 16th to 20th December. Thank you.
Welcome back, and if you're just tuning in, this is the QTV Nightly News. Now, renowned Islamic scholar and former diplomat, Professor Dr. Omar Jah, launched 2 books on Sunday, one of them his memoir. As we hear in this report by Ansumana Isonyasi, the event attracted senior Islamic scholars and government officials.
An astute scholar who commands admiration and respect across the globe for his exploits in Islamic academia, whose humble beginnings were in Medina Sering Mas in the North Bank region, that to this day is a sanctuary for countless individuals seeking Islamic education. Professor Dr. Omar Jah's life is one of relentless pursuit for knowledge and unwavering dedication to service that transcends borders and cultures. From Medina Sering Mas to St. Louis in Senegal to Al-Azhar and Cairo universities in Egypt, Professor Jah had left his mark across the continent. A devout student of Sufism and the revered Islamic scholar, Sheikh Omar Fouti, Professor Jah's academic journey led him to Nigeria and Malaysia, where he served as lecturer and worked with the Islamic Development Bank, culminating in his appointment as the Gambia's ambassador to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Now retired, the respected scholar Sunday launched 2 books, Sufism and the 19th Century Reform Movement in West Africa, and his long-awaited memoir, The Footprints of a Foot Soldier of Islam, a compendium of his journey to the summit of Islamic tutelage across West and North Africa and beyond. In his launch address, Professor Omar Jah reminds the audience of the need to submit one's will to Allah. He says his pursuit of knowledge was inspired by a strong desire to serve the one and only true God, and he makes a call to the rich and to all Gambians.
Always remember Allah in whatever you do. Prioritize prayer, be kind to people, especially the poor, maintain peace, and love your country.
These few words confirm what many have come to admire him for over the years, a strong believer of the Islamic faith whose dedication and service to humanity remains unshakable. Book reviewers Dr. Omar Jah Jr. and Dr. Cherno Omar Bari spoke highly of Professor Jah, his unyielding pursuit for academic excellence, and his immaculate understanding of contemporary Islamic history in West Africa.
In the field of Islamic propagation, da'wah, he is an imam by birth, the founding father and the fountainhead of Minbarun Nur. And fourth, in the field of self-discipline, Tarbiyatun Nafs, he is a wadat.
Professor Omar Jah's book is a scholarly tour de force that situates the life and work of El Haj Omar Fouti within the broader discourse of Islamic reform and leadership. By combining rigorous research, careful analysis of primary sources, and a contextual understanding of 19th century West Africa, Professor Jah provides a nuanced portrait of a Sufi leader whose contributions continue to inspire.
Baba Silla, a former student of Professor Jah, authored his memoir, The Footprints of a Foot Soldier of Islam, said the former diplomat's enduring commitment to advancing Islam through knowledge sharing is worthy of commendation, and calls on members of the public to read the book to learn and draw inspiration from Professor Jah's remarkable journey. There were other speakers, including Kadi Omar Seka, Vice President of the Supreme Islamic Council, and his longtime associate, Imam Mohammed Kabir Khan from Dakar, Senegal. Saturday's event was attended by family and friends of Professor Jah, senior government officials, notably Chief Justice Hassan B. Jallow, as well as renowned scholars from the Gambia and beyond. Professor Dr. Omar Jah currently serves as president of the Sheikh Abdullah Jah Charitable Foundation. He is a recipient of the Order of the Republic of Sudan, Order of King Abdul Aziz, First Class Saudi Arabia, Order of the Republic of the Gambia, and Commander of the Republic of the Gambia. The publication of these two books adds to his outstanding number of important works on Islam in Africa. Ansmane Sonyasi for KTV News.
Now, thousands of Catholic faithful gathered on Saturday for the 37th annual pilgrimage to the shrine of Our Lady of Peace in Kunkujang, Mariama, a significant spiritual event marked by unity, prayer and devotion. Jacqueline Coley attended, and this is her report.
The pilgrimage, which has been a cornerstone of the Catholic calendar, featured a solemn mass led by Dr. Gabriel Mendy, the Bishop of the Catholic Diocese of Banjul. The service was a profound moment of worship and reflection, fostering a deep sense of faith and community among participants. Reverend Father Antoine Sambu reflects on the importance of the day.
Why we come to Kunkujang is for us to come and pray for peace. And this shrine that was established since 1980 something. This is the 37th year, and we thought it wise that we should have a shrine instead of going to Senegal every time. So that's why they came up with the idea of having a shrine, and the best place would be in Kunkujang because it's far from the main center of the cities, in Banjul, Serekunda, Kanifing, and all those areas. So to come out to this isolated place to have a shrine, for us to come and to pray for peace.
Throughout the day, the atmosphere was filled with prayers, reflection, and a shared sense of reverence. Participants engaged in various spiritual activities, fostering a sense of connection to their faith and to one another. Bishop Dr. Gabriel Mendy expertly guided the congregation through moments of deep spiritual reflection and collective worship, encouraging the faithful to immerse themselves fully in the experience.
Try and understand God's will for you, to be open and be receptive to God's plan for you. Otherwise, you'll be pursuing something that is not in accordance with God's will. And for that reason, you may never be happy in life, or you will never feel fulfilled, because you have not responded or become what God wants you to be. And God's choice and will for us is the best, because God himself knew before we were born what he intended us to be. And that's the reason why we also need to be very careful in dealing with people. We should never take it upon ourselves that we can dictate or decide another person's destiny or frustrate God's plan for that person. As in the case of Mary, God was the one who decided that she will be preserved from original and actual sin.
Dignitaries from various Christian denominations, including the bishops of the Anglican and Methodist churches, were present, underscoring the ecumenical spirit of the gathering. The event concluded with a renewed sense of faith and solidarity, leaving attendees spiritually fulfilled and inspired. Jacqueline Colley, reporting for QTV News.
Now, as part of celebrations for its 60th anniversary in the Gambia, the Catholic Relief Services, CRS, hosted an Implementing Partners Award ceremony on Friday to recognize outstanding contributions of partners to its mission and vision. Aliu Sise reports.
A journey of resilience, empowering communities and transforming lives. Catholic Relief Services honored its implementing partners and staff for their joint dedication and commitment to the mission and vision of CRS. Partners awarded included NANA, NDMA, Caritas, GAFNA, Future in Our Hands the Gambia, Agency for Development of Women and Children at Work, and the Health Promotion and Development Organization. Staff of the institutions were also recognized. Over the years, CRS has expanded its reach and impact through partnerships, focusing on key areas such as malaria, education, agriculture, microfinance, migration, and peace building. Dr. Amulai Ture, the CRS's country manager, and Emmanuel Mendy, the local leadership manager respectively, expressed gratitude to all partners, emphasizing that their collaboration has been instrumental in achieving lasting change.
So this would not have been possible if we do not partner with our local partners, and if the staffs were not committed, and if the environment was not conducive for us to thrive and deliver the development objectives of CRS, the government, and our partners.
Through our partners, we were able to reach more than 500,000 people, both directly and indirectly, from climate-smart agriculture and food security activities, malaria prevention, water and sanitation, access to finance through savings and loan schemes established by SILK groups, emergency response and disaster risk reduction, and school feeding, food for education to women empowerment.
CRS has been a vital development partner in the Gambia since 1964, working in close collaboration with government, NGOs, and private organizations to address critical needs. Ibrahim Jajo, former head of CRS office, vividly recounted the organization's journey, highlighting its significant interventions that have shaped its legacy in the Gambia.
CRS, initially they came in to support emergency response related activities, supporting lepromatous, people that have leprosy, people that have TB. In those days, those early days, they were left in communities and they were not cared for. So the sisters and the clergy were out supporting, bringing these communities to some locations to provide them with care, feeding, and all the things that will help them, some to recover, some to go through hospice care.
Ingrid Some, CRS Deputy Regional Director for West Africa, reaffirmed the organization's commitment to creating a lasting impact on those in need, emphasizing its vision of an equitable world.
Partnership is not always straightforward. It requires trust, communication, and a shared desire to work towards a similar goal. However, the rewards are worthwhile. We have demonstrated that working together allows us to produce solutions that have a genuine impact on the communities we serve, the livelihoods we affect, and the lives we touch.
As part of the 60th anniversary activities, CRS has announced a formal celebration on December 17th at the International Conference Center, which will be presided over by President Adama Barrow. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliu Sise.
The report there by Aliu Sise brings us to the end of this news bulletin, but do join us again at 10 p.m. for another news bulletin. Thank you for watching.